Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Sit tight because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most pivotal moments for the Chicago Bears in recent memory. And I say this because, right now, there's a lot of buzz swirling around a potential trade that could reshape their defense, and ultimately, their entire season. We're talking about Trey Hendrickson, the Cincinnati Bengals star pass rusher, who has been generating a ton of speculation in NFL circles. And why wouldn't he? Hendrickson is coming off an incredible season where he led the league in sacks, racking up 17. 5 of them, earning himself a well-deserved spot on the Pro Bowl and even being named to the All-Pro first team in 2024. That kind of production doesn't just happen by accident, folks. It's the result of relentless effort, technique, and a desire to dominate every time he steps onto the field. Now, here's where it gets interesting for Bears fans. The Bengals, despite their efforts to keep him, are seemingly at an impasse when it comes to negotiating a contract extension for Hendrickson. Reports indicate that the team is exploring the possibility of trading him if they can't come to an agreement. And let me tell you, this isn't just idle chatter. It's a serious consideration, especially given how much Cincinnati values Hendrickson's impact on their defense. Think about it. This guy, who has consistently been a game changer, is on the trade block, and the Bears should absolutely be paying close attention. Hendrickson's journey in the NFL is pretty inspiring if you look at his career arc. He was drafted in the 3rd round by the New Orleans Saints in 2017, and initially, things didn't explode for him right away. It took some time for him to find his rhythm, but then in 2020, everything changed. That year, in the final stretch of his rookie deal, he posted 5 sacks, a breakout performance that put him on the map. That's when Cincinnati pounced, signing him to a 4-year, $60 million contract. And since then, Hendrickson has only continued to ascend. 4 consecutive Pro Bowl selections, and this past season, he really proved his worth with that league-high 17. 5 sacks. What makes Hendrickson so valuable is just his sack numbers, though. It's his relentless motor, his ability to get after the quarterback no matter what. For the Bears, especially considering their pass rush last season, that kind of aggression and consistency could be a game-changer. If you compare him to some of their current players, like Montez Sweat, who led the team with only 5 sacks last year, you realize how much of a difference-maker Hendrickson could be. A guy like him could elevate the entire front 7, creating more pressure, more turnovers, and ultimately more wins. But let's be real here, trading for Hendrickson won't be simple. Cincinnati, as expected, will want a hefty price. Reports suggest they're looking for impact players or draft picks in exchange. That means the Bears might have to part with some key assets, maybe a player or 2 along with a future pick, to even get the conversation started. And then comes the tricky part, getting Cincinnati to agree to the trade, and more importantly, convincing Hendrickson to sign a long-term deal with the Bears. That's a lot to ask, especially considering the team's current cap situation and roster needs. Yet, if the Bears truly want to make a splash and push for the playoffs in 2025, this could be one of those rare opportunities. Hendrickson isn't just a good player. He's a difference-maker, someone who can change the dynamic of the entire defense overnight. With his ability to rush the passer, set the edge, and disrupt defenses, he fits perfectly with what the Bears need to take their defense to the next level. Especially with the NFC North becoming more competitive every year, having a player of Hendrickson's caliber could be the difference between a deep playoff run and another year of rebuilding. Now, I want to talk a little about the broader context. The Bears have been building this team for a few seasons now, aiming for that elusive playoff return. Last year, they showed flashes of promise, but their pass rush was inconsistent. Owen Crisafulli, who covers NFL news extensively, has pointed out how much of a boost Hendrickson could give them. With a guy like him, the Bears could finally get that pass rush that has been missing since Khalil Mack's departure. And let's not forget, this isn't just about individual stats, it's about team impact. Hendrickson's presence on the field would open up opportunities for the entire defense. More sacks, more forced turnovers, and more pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. And speaking of quarterbacks, the NFC North is loaded with talented passers. Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, and Kirk Cousins. Having someone like Hendrickson to consistently pressure these guys could be the key to turning close games into wins. Imagine Hendrickson lining up opposite the Bears, emerging pass rushers, creating a nightmare for quarterbacks who are already facing challenges from other parts of the league. This kind of upgrade doesn't just improve their defense. It sends a message to the entire division that Chicago is serious about contending again. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Bears are willing to part with the assets Cincinnati wants. It's a delicate dance, trading away draft picks or players, signing Hendrickson to a long-term contract, and fitting everything within the salary cap. But if they're committed to making a real push, this is a move they should seriously consider. Hendrickson's proven he can be a difference maker, and with the right team around him, he could help turn the Bears into one of the most feared defenses in the league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Bears are clearly at a crossroads. They have the young talent, they have the potential, but they need that extra edge to really push into the upper echelon of NFL defenses. Acquiring a player like Hendrickson would send a loud message to their rivals. We're here to compete, and we're serious about winning now. It's not just about adding a player, it's about making a statement, about showing that Chicago is back in the conversation and ready to contend for a Super Bowl once again. And for the fans, this is the kind of move that could ignite the team, bring excitement back to Soldier Field, and give hope for a brighter future. Hendrickson's leadership, his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks, and his proven track record make him a perfect fit for the Bears' vision of a dominant defense. If they pull the trigger on this trade, it could be one of those defining moments in franchise history, an acquisition that turns a good team into a great one. So, fans, keep your eyes peeled, because the coming weeks could be crucial. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and the Hendrickson situation is right in the middle of that buzz. Will Chicago pull off the deal? Will they convince Cincinnati and Hendrickson himself that wearing the Bears' colors is the right move? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this could be the move that sets the stage for a new era of success in Chicago. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us, and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. We're in this together, and I'll keep bringing you the most in-depth, honest, and passionate coverage of your team. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.